Well, hi there, everybody. This is the Comedy Thief, and we steal all the jokes you're going to hear. You're watching Funny Old Guys. And beside me is Dr. Fat Packer on vacation. That looks like a smoking jacket, but it's really a Hawaiian shirt, right?
It's a Hawaiian shirt. Yeah, I got it in Hawaii, actually.
Yeah. Say hello to our lovely crowds.
Well, hello there. So nice to have you with us today. Oh, there I am.
And down below us, wait a minute, where is he?
There's nobody down below you. What the hell happened? What did you do with
Well,
Charlie?
we'll just move on without him. You know, what we do, folks, is we tell jokes. Usually there's three of us, but right now there's only two of us. So we're going to have to wait until homeless Charlie comes back. He wears this wig, even though he wore it in the wintertime to keep his ears warm. But now he just wears it because he likes it. And he looks pretty, doesn't he? He looks pretty. Anyway, here's our point of conversation today before we start telling these funny jokes. And the point of conversation, Dr. Fat Packer, is what would be the coolest animal that you would scale up to the size of a horse? Okay, what would that be?
Well, now that you mention it, I can think of one small animal, very cute, very fuzzy, that I think would be great the size of a horse, and that would be chinchilla. You get a chinchilla that big, when you start making chinchilla hats, oh my God, you get a lot of them out of her.
That would be a fur ball of an enterprise. Oh, guess what? Homeless Charlie is coming back in. Hang on, folks.
Oh.
I think he's coming back. Oh,
Progress.
I think he's here, but we're not sure.
Oh, there we go.
There he
is. That the Wi-Fi connection in that alley is probably terrible.
Let me see. I got to get rid of your old guy here. Can we do this? Put in the waiting room, hide non-video participants. There we go. What the hell is going on, homeless Charlie? You're on mute, you bum.
We may never know.
You're on unmute yourself. Hello. Anyway, what I would do.
Why don't you tell us what animal would look the cutest?
Guess what? We just lost him again. What the hell is going on?
There he's back. We still can't hear him. Good thing.
Almost Charlie, you're on mute. Mute. You got to take it off mute. Anyway, I don't really give a crap about scaling up an animal. I was going to say a mosquito, but it makes no sense.
Oh no, that's a terrible thing.
So anyway,
Dr. Fat Packer, that's an insect.
Dr. Fat Packer, tell us a joke, quick.
Well, okay, I can tell you a quick joke. I have 3 quick jokes here, right? Everybody's getting back to the gym. Yeah, I just burned 2,000 calories. I mean, that's the last time I leave brownies in the oven, though.
That's
and then here's something to think about. Build a man a fire when he'll be warm for a day.
Yes.
Set a man on fire and he'll be warm for the rest of his life.
That makes wonderful sense, and it's also scary at the same time. Homeless Charlie, are you with us?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Oh, look at that. You can hear him again.
It's a damn miracle. Do you have a joke ready?
Well, yes, I do, of course.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, a friend of mine, he went for a job interview, and the interviewer says, "How do you explain this 4-year gap on your resume?" And the applicant replied, he said, "Well, that's when I went to Yale." And the interviewer said, "Well, that's really impressive. You're hired." And the applicant replied, "Well, thanks. I really needed this job."
Do you get that one, Dr. Fat Packer?
Not quite, unless it has something to do with the key and a lock.
So, guys, I got a new job last week.
Well, let him explain it at least.
No. We've already
moving right along, huh?
We've already messed up this video. Anyway, I got a new job last week.
Oh, really? What is it this time?
I got a job as a server at Hooters. That's
Oh,
what I did. But I got fired yesterday because they said I had way too much cleavage. That's what they said. Dr.
See?
Pat Packer, tell us a joke.
that's what you get for being in that store.
Tell us a joke there, Dr. Fat Packer.
Oh, you want a joke? Oh, hey, you know, as a hobby, I do magic.
Yep.
But I was doing some magic so for some friends the other day, and one of the guys looked at me and he says, you know, that is a wonderful trick. How did you do it? When I gave him the stock answer, you know, I would tell you, but then I'd have to shoot you.
Oh,
And he looked at me and he goes, could you tell my mother-in-law?
oh,
Yeah, there's a time delay in our little picture things here, I'm sure.
well, I'm old, so I'm entitled.
That's a
Uh,
big time delay.
Almost Charlie, tell us a joke.
Well, a drunk guy walks into a bar and he walks up to a guy and he says, I just had sex with your mom. And the guy walks away. A few minutes later, the drunk guy comes back, goes up to this guy and says, you know, I just had great sex with your mom. And then he walked away. Well, a few minutes later, the drunk guy comes back to him again and says, I just had the best sex ever with your mom. And then the guy says, shut up, Dad, you're drunk again.
My God. Well, I have a song, gentlemen.
Oh,
You ready?
good.
Here we
You
go.
don't know how we love to hear your songs. Honestly, don't know.
The Incredible Wizard of Oz. He retired from life just because
Hmm.
his girlfriend ran off with a growl and a scoff because he wasn't the wizard he was. Oh, well, I'm done with that one. Dr. Fat
Oh.
Packer, tell us a
One
joke
could
while
only
Charlie
hope.
gets his act together. Go ahead.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So I heard the story about this lawyer who got on an airplane in New Orleans and he had a box of frozen crabs and he asked the stewardess to take care of them for him. So she took the box and she promised to put them in the refrigerator there. Well, he said that he was holding her personally responsible and gave her all this very bad things to say. And he says, I'm a lawyer, you know, and I can get you in trouble if anything happens to this. She goes, okay, fine, go sit down. So they landed in New York and she used the intercom and she announced, would the lawyer who gave me the crabs in New Orleans, please raise your hand.
Oh,
Well, she ended up taking them home and eating them herself. So
it's just, you can't trust those lawyers. Oh,
no,
sorry.
apparently you can't trust those stewardesses either.
Sorry. Almost Charlie, tell us the joke.
Right.
Well, the comedian Bill Murray, he once said, whatever you do, always give 100%.
Yeah.
Unless you're donating blood.
That makes sense. So anyway, last weekend, gentlemen, I went to a flower show and I was walking around. I got a little tired, so I sat down to rest. Well, apparently I rested way too long because at the end of the show, I got a blue ribbon for the best bride arrangement. That's what I did. Excuse me, Dr. Pat Packer, tell us a joke.
I can go. That's very good. You know, I had my son come up to me one time and he says, Dad, what's the difference between confident and confidential? When I said, well, that's easy to explain here. Like, for example, you are my son and I am confident of it. Your friend Timmy is also my son, but that is confidential.
Oh, that explains those two words really well.
Yeah, exactly.
Homeless Charlie, tell us a joke.
Well, I'm so poor, as you know,
Hold it.
How poor are you?
very poor. I rub cologne from magazines on my shirt. And when people say, oh, you smell good, what is that? I say, page 12.
Age 12. Well, as a teen, guys, my entire face was just absolutely filled with pimples. And I went to the library, and after about 20 minutes, I fell asleep. When I woke up, there was a blind man, and he was reading my face. That's what he was doing.
Whoa.
Dr. Fatpacker, last one.
Last one, Well, I'm going to tell you about, I saw Hollywood Squares the other day.
Yeah.
And I've got these 3 quotes from Hollywood Squares. I don't know why they make that so hard to say. So one was, they asked Rosemarie, they said, in bowling, what's a perfect score? And she said, Ralph, the pin guy.
Oh, yes.
And then they asked Paul Lynde, is it considered in bad taste to discuss 2 subjects at nudist camps? One is politics. What is the other? When he said, tape measures.
Oh, okay.
Then they asked Rosemarie one more time, and he said, during a tornado, are you safer in the bedroom or in the closet? And she goes, unfortunately, I am always safe in the bedroom.
Oh, what a shame,
I
Rosemarie.
know.
Homeless Charlie, last one.
Well, as you know, I don't have a lot of money, but I just found a way to make a little extra money. I went out and I bought a homing pigeon, and I
Oh,
eBay for the 22nd time.
Now that's funny.
there you go. Very, very good.
Well, yesterday my girlfriend asked me what I wanted for breakfast, and I said French toast. Well, we ended up in the hospital because I went out in the kitchen and there she was with her tongue in the toaster. That's what she did. And
So terrible. That's so
this is the
terrible.
this is
Oh
the
my
kind of
God,
people
we're
saying
gonna lose
goodbye.
all
We're
the
glad you were
toasters.
here. And we before we leave, we have a special event. Our next video, we're going to invite a very special guest, Dr. Fatpacker. Who are we going to invite next week on our next video?
Oh, Bell, if you've seen all those Marvel movies, yeah, I love the lady that plays the Black Widow, that's Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson, you're going to be on our next video, so you got to check in at guys at gmail.com. And if you don't check in 24 hours, we're going to put you in the trash bin. So this is the County Chief saying goodbye, passing along to Dr. Fatpacker with his 3 famous words.
Yes, my words. Oh, that's already 3. I better stop.
Yep.
Remember to subscribe. I do that with those 3 fingers there. Auf
Very good.
Wiedersehen.
And Homeless Charlie, say goodbye to our enormous expanding crowds.
Well, goodbye to our enormous expanding crowds.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
You look much taller today.
This is the Comedy Thief. All you guys say goodbye. We'll see you round the bend, round the bend, round the bend.
Yeah.